National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Prince Uche Secondus, has described the All Progressive Congress as a party that is sleeping. Of course, this statement is causing serious controversies in the news space. All right, Nigerians have yearned over the years for good leader and a drastic change in the democratic settings. Many Nigerians saw President Buhari as a messiah. Some expected Buhari to come and perform magic, but it seems this time around the reverse is the case. Should we say some promises made by the president during his 2015 presidential election or his 2015 presidential campaign are empty promises? I won't be discussing this alone. I have two guests with me in the studio. Together, we'll be doing justice to the state of the nation. Lucky Iegbena, how are you doing?
Fine, my brother. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Elijah Idele, you're also welcome.
Good. I'm always good to go. It's a pleasure being here once again.
All right. Like I said earlier on, together we'll be doing justice to the present state of the nation. We're back in a jiffy. Welcome back. Let's quickly go to you, Lucky. There is a statement from the PDP National Chairman, in person of Uche Secondus. He said the APC government is sleeping. Now, do you subscribe to that?
Yes. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Okay.
Let me go straight to the point. APC government is sleeping. If you watch my statement last 3 months ago, APC government is sleeping. Why? Insecurity. Killing everywhere. Since I was born, I have not had something like that before. Kaduna, Plateau, in fact, everywhere, the whole state. We have president, a retired military man. He cannot even address Nigeria. Address the people. Let them know where we are going. During the PDP time, under Jonathan, even under Abasojo, Abasojo is a retired military man. Well, you know what he did? When the OPC was coming up, he shot them down in military. Did they have anything against killing under Southwest? But our president is there. He cannot even address the country. Look at the military people, change them. This is my first time I've seen a general will live 4 years, more than this 5 years going now. And the House of Reps, Senate President, everybody has spoken to the president, change this security aspect. No way. So the minister, the man is sleepy, APC government is sleepy. All they know is to grab power.
You know, is it in all ramifications or some areas?
Okay, let me give you an example now.
Okay.
If House of Reps can be shouting, President, change these generals. No way. The man, the Christian, the pastors, killing every day. It's like a Christmas thing, continuously. I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Just only Chiboko, what happened? The whole world, the same APC, Lai Mohammed was leading propaganda that Jonathan have almost finished the whole knot. But at the end, what happened? Jonathan changed the generals. But the Buhari is sleeping. That's why the man said he's sleeping. Not only the second, everybody, including APC, some of the people, they are crying. Buhari should change them. But no way. What is happening? Today, 5, 20, 25. He said they're not sleeping. He's sleeping. First of all, let you address Nigeria. When you address Nigeria, you can address the military.
Now, back to you, Elijah. Lucky just made mention of the president addressing the country. I'm talking about Nigerians. Now, do you think this will bring any solution to what is on ground presently? That's addressing the nation. Do you think it will bring any solution to what is presently going on in this country?
Thanks for having me here once again, and I'm glad you invite me. But before going to that question, I have an apologies to all our global viewers here on Fleet TV. During my last visit to the studio, in the course of our deliberations,
okay,
I was talking about the impeachment saga in Edo State House of Assembly, and in that course, I was to talk about the Deputy Speaker that was impeached on the 6th of August. I was on Thursday by the 17 lawmakers in the person of Roland Asoro. I mistakenly mentioned Philip Swaibu in his place. And as human, we are
bound to make mistakes.
So my apologies to our global viewers.
Okay.
Back to the
question
business of the day.
Okay.
Mr. President addressing the state of
the nation,
to a large extent should be given an imperative considerations, because we elected him to lead us. We elected him and we commit our welfare and well-being under his care. But in most cases, action is much needed than mere coming to the eyes of the camera, talking to your citizens. At times, when you address them on the pressing need on ground, especially as regards security, they might totally feel unsafe. But there's no point economizing the truth if you are working assiduously to arrest the situation. So to me, there's nothing bad in addressing us, but little action has been taken. Though every government has their deficiencies, their shortcomings. And terrorism, for instance, is a global phenomenon. This issue of terrorism, killings, banditry, whatever in Nigeria, render this current government powerless. They have spent lesser years than PDP in government. And I have this to say: if the past government, as I can put it, showed seriousness, shown sincerity to the Nigerian people by rising on time to the issue of insecurity. You remember what happened in the days of Jonathan, taking our money illegally out to buy weapons before they were caught, the money brought back through the private jet of the then chairman of Nigeria Christian Association, Pastor Ayo Orisha. The politics played with the cheaper beggars, kidnapping issues and all of that. They were less proactive to the issues. Another thing is, when the international community were ready to assist us, the whole scenario was politicized. They were told to go back. Maybe probably, if those people come at the right time, the situation would have been arrested. In my own opinion, we have played too much politics on issue that needs cogent attention, and thereby escalate to a level that makes it looks almost impossible to arrest. And lest I forget, in that government,
that's the present, the last government,
the government of
Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Okay.
The American people has their own blame too, because the then president of America, Barack Hussein Obama, refused to sell weapons to us. For instance, the Emirates and others that needed to comb all the Sambisa forest was not released. The Bombardier fighter jet was not released until Donald Trump assumed office, before we started bidding for weapons needed. Yet, it takes a lot of years for them to be ready. But I'm sure very soon they'll be delivered. Let's keep hoping that we get improved if the necessary measures are being put in place.
Now, should we say that we shouldn't blame this government for not tackling insecurity, or what? Lucky?
Thank you very much. The same people, APC, when Chibok case happened, the same APC who went to the America, telling America they should not give us weapon. The same. So there was among. Under Sarah reporter, he was reporting to US they should not supply weapon. Otherwise we use it to kill our people. So what happened? So now, he has turned to them, they are in power now. The bullet and the gun has not come. With the money, billions they have spent. Trump knows that Buhari is not serious. A president that cannot address the nation is the president that can address the general. So automatically they are afraid. They can't do anything. I don't think that helicopter they say will come. You know what I mean? Because the way Buhari is going. Let me give you an example now. Look at the security. Who are there? When Jonathan was there, they spread it round. Obasanjo was there, they spread it round. But Buhari put his brothers there. It's not going to work. Okay, give me an example. Look at the relation going on.
Why is brothers?
Former CPN deputy governor say the head of Boko Haram, the commander, is. But what is going on? The case has closed. They can't do anything. The only thing that APC just packed their load and go. It remains just 2 years now. Boko, the Chibok girl, where are the remaining ones? Have they brought them? So when you have a president that can command, but is sleepy, Osinbajo is there, they are killing everywhere. Look at the election, just one state, one state. With one state, all the interest is to capture power. My brother, you see, let me tell you, issue of security, Buhari has failed, APC has failed. Well, they are the people. Jonathan was trying brought weapon. They stopped. He has to find a way to brought weapon. The weapon they're using today is the one PDP bought.
You said President Muhammadu Buhari's administration.
Oh my goodness, zero. It started, people, they score it zero. They are not happy with him. Go around and check.
But he wasn't in power when the old scenario.
Can I ask a question? Are you aware they say they are the ones sponsoring it? If this man, two people have 10 Nigerians, they have stated that the truth, more truth will come out. They say the governors are the ones sponsoring Boko Haram. Are you aware? How can a whole reporter musician sing a song and the governor of Kano say want to kill him by hanging? And that's the agenda of Boko Haram. What are you talking about?
Like Elijah, during the president's campaign in 2015, one of the promises he made is to tackle insecurity. I could remember what he said during his campaign. He said he will flush out Boko Haram in 6 months. Now, looking at what he said and what is taking place right now in some northern areas, now don't you think the president has failed truly?
Zero.
Thank you, Mr. Mike. Beyond physical assessment, if you know what happens in the government, it will be extremely difficult to pass a remark based on some certain unverified allegations threatening our coexistence. Let me tell you, a lot of stories are being cooked, come to the public glare. If you go deep down to verify them, you discover that most are not true. But based on insecurity, Buhari did not really get it right like every other government.
And did Jonathan get it right?
He didn't. On a very good note, let us tell ourselves the basic truth. Let us remove sentiment in discussing our national issues.
Okay.
Do you know how long it takes to build one emirate? It takes 4 years to build one emirate. I don't know if you are really getting close to the military weapons. Emirate takes 4 years to get one ready. 4 years. And if you want to build all these weapons, if, for instance, they were being built by the past government, and this government now failed to use it. If you look at Boko Haram, people being caught by Nigerian armies, Their weapons are very sophisticated, more than what our men are carrying. Are we manufacturing our own weapons? One area which this government seems less proactive is in the area of rejigging the security architecture. Sensibly, if you tried some leaders handling security situation in a particular country, and with your objective clearly stated during the campaign, during the electioneering, that you would flush out Boko Haram in 6 months, which to me, an average Nigerian who are sensible to know, would know that it is not possible to flush out Boko Haram. These are mere political propaganda. So why are we banking on all those things? If you tell me you want to build, Rome wasn't built in a day. If you want to tell me you want to build Nigeria and make it like America in 4 years because you want to campaign and win an election, if I'm taking you serious, I'm the one that is not serious. So let me just draw my point home.
Was that a strategy for people
to win, just to buy people to cajole people and to vote for them? You and I know, Mike, that they cannot flush out Boko Haram out in 6 months. Where do they get the weapon to match those people? What are the strategies? Do we have the intelligence gathering to even match the Boko Haram people? For Idris-Deby of Niger Republic to have flushed them out, he has to get his emirate ready for years before he launched an attack that flushed them from the Chadian territory to Nigerian territory. And let me also tell you, Idris-Deby and his foot soldiers, they employ the services of Israelis intelligence. While we are working on our own, why are we sitting here telling ourselves what is not the basic need to fight the war that is fighting us, more stronger than us? We need the help of other experienced countries in terms of war to come and assist us. Is Chad
as big as Nigeria? Or
bigger than us? Are they experienced more than us? But because they employ the services of the people needed. When the Israelis, Germany, France, and others wanted to help us in Jonathan's regime, they were sent back. Go investigate.
It is the same APC like Mohammed Sowore was giving the Western world bad impression of this government, Jonathan government that time. If you check the rate of death now, check. See kidnapping, rapists, Boko Haram. Boko Haram have taken over most of the Northwest. Nobody's talking about that one again. What we are talking about kidnapping. You cannot travel Kaduna now. Kaduna, you cannot even travel Kaduna. So, what we are saying, sir, I understand your feeling. You understand me? Buhari government is weak in terms of security side, economy, everything. You see, they didn't prepare. They didn't prepare with Tinubu, all of them. They didn't prepare. All they want to grab that power. Now they have grabbed the power now. They have confused. Totally confused. Because look at the rate of death. They didn't bring it out. It's in Kaduna. If the governors in Kaduna are shouting, do you know why? Because work cannot stop. It's them now. Everything started reviewing now that they use it against Jonathan 2015 to go out of power. And now, if you start that thing to stop 6 months, there are some people who have benefit. If somebody can come out, a northerner, and say the governor, Commander Boko Haram is the northern governor, and the northern elite are saying government body probe that particular matter.
Now, Lucky, if the administration of Buhari has failed in security aspects, what of agriculture and social infrastructure?
Let me give you agriculture. When Jonathan was there, you remember former Minister of Agriculture, Adomi? That's a good product. Just point one minister under Buhari now that is good, like 2015 ministers. I can name most of them. Goziwala. Then additional. What are we getting? How much for yam now? How much for Gary? You say it's close border. Go to border and see how things are entering in the north. My brother, they are fooling us in the south. We the south, we believe, oh my goodness, I'm sorry for these people. Things are not going well. Is it food you want to talk about? Check how much for yam. Okay, where is it now? If they have done agriculture for 5 years, why are you bringing fake rice Why did you Ibadan reject most of the rice they give them for palliative? Are you aware? Okay, where's the rice? Now, how many years remain for Buhari to go now? They will spend 8 years. Where's the agriculture? Where's the food? If you are buying 2,000 naira, 1,500, you say you bring agriculture. No, I could remember that time. Do not give them phone. I mean, give them phone. Give everybody farmer phone. No road, nothing. I mean, go to Ogun State. Every day they make noise. We are planting rice. Where's the road to go there? My brother, let me tell you something. APC government, is he here? Look at Ebola. When Ebola came in, Jonathan support government of Lagos State. Immediately they arrest Ebola. Go and see everywhere now. What are you talking about? Is it agriculture? Is it health? APC zero. They are paid. They can't do the nation. You see, they will end up changing to that party now. That's what they're working on. They're waiting for Baba to come in. Tinubu, the next president, Buhari, Notana, they will remain, they will be deceiving us. I will believe Buhari is not working.
Now, Elijah, is the administration of Buhari so weak that they couldn't just do something tangible in some sectors of the economy?
So to say, and to be factual with you, the global economic system of the world determines the laws of any government that comes at that particular time. What do I mean? When Jonathan was in power, the rate of borrowing was very low because of the price of crude oil in the global market. But as from the economic illiterate, that why is Buhari government borrowing more than
Jonathan's government? Okay.
They won't be able to substantiate, go and sample people's opinion on the street. How much is a barrel of crude oil in Jonathan's regime? How much is a barrel of crude oil in Buhari's regime? Look at the benchmark for the budget. When the price of crude oil drastically dropped, how do you expect them to implement that budget without borrowing money? But to the economists out there, they will have better understanding of the trend. That there's no how what you are selling for 10 naira, by the time you sell 10 of it, you get 100 naira. I want to do something of 90 naira. Definitely you have a leftover of 10 naira. But what you are selling for 10 naira is now being sold for 10 kobo. And you want to run the same thing of that 100 naira. How will you get it done without borrowing? Yes, the answer to your question is that Buhari's regime has its weakness, yes, like every other government.
Like every other government.
In total honesty, like every other government. Does it really mean that a particular government will come? Just look at it. All his agendas will be weak. There's no single strength. Don't forget this American man. He said, even the best of us also has the worst in him. There's no government without an outstanding performer, either as a governor, either as a minister, whatever. There's no government that will have a weak representative, either as a governor, either as... See, the truth is that they have their weaknesses and they have their strengths. They have spent lesser time in power. They have gotten some things right. They got some wrong. And with time, another government will come, or if they continue, we see improvement in some areas.
What of fight against corruption?
Fighting against corruption. If you talk about fighting against corruption, Nigeria is not a country where the body, in quote, the body saddled with the responsibility to fight corruption is independent. If they were to be independent, it could have been an easy task for them to do.
Because in the beginning, you saw a president that was very fully ready to fight corruption.
To fight corruption. Listen to me, Mr. Mike.
Okay.
EFCC, for example, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo introduced EFCC to fight corruption. Some of us will still remember what happened under the watch of Obasanjo. I'm coming. After Obasanjo, Jonathan in power.
Yar'Adua in power.
Then Jonathan and Muhammadu Buhari. The likes of Joshua Dariye of Plateau State was a PDP governor under Obasanjo regime. The likes of Reverend Jolly Nyame of Taraba State was a governor during Obasanjo's regime. And let's forget Alamesa and those that has passed on. Now, nothing was done with their corrupt cases until they were convicted by Buhari's regime under the leadership of Mustafa Magu, Ibrahim Mustafa Magu, as chairman. I'm coming. As chairman of EFCC. Where are they today? They're in jail. So saying that they're not fighting corruption, generally speaking, like I said, they have their weaknesses. It is wrong. There's no, go and check. Mike, you are a journalist. Go out there, go and check for the file, the profile. No EFCC chairman has ever convicted more powerful people than Ibrahim Mustafa Magu in Buhari's administration. So, with that, they are trying, but that does not really translate to the fact that they are not corrupt or that there is no corruption under them. By the time another man will come to take over with boldness, we will see more of corrupt cases, either in the past government or in this current one.
Okay. You have something to say?
Yes. There is measuring. PDP started prosecution. I do remember. I don't know. Either from my IG. A lot of them. At least one day for thief. The rest. Let me give you an example. The man head of EFCC today, where is it? All the billions they collect, billions. Where is it? They cannot, EFCC cannot even account for it. Automatically, when the head is rotting, the dye is useless. So automatically, if Buhari says it's free for corruption, no, I don't believe that. Because he believes in Magu. When Saki was shouting, Magu, Buhari said, I trusted Magu. But today, Buhari is shouting that, if my own person that I trust can deceive me, did you know how much I've gone down the drain? I mean, the head of the Magu is corrupt. So what are you going to say?
Now we have nothing less than 3 years to go.
Which is 3 years?
I'm talking about this administration.
3 months.
Not 3 years.
Have started now.
Now, do you see something good coming out of this administration?
Yeah. Zero.
You never can write off a man that is still working from being part of success story. The truth is, as the government keeps going, the tendency of getting some things right is very high. The possibility of getting some completely wrong is also high. But the fact remains that we are hoping for an improvement, especially if they are able to rejig the security architecture and the economic team. And hopefully if the global economy picks up again, let's be hopeful that better days are coming.
Now, don't you see something good?
Let me tell you the truth. Let's say the truth. You see, I don't like grammar. I don't like hiding things. I like, you see, nothing can work. Now, I won't tell you like, they are not blaming COVID-19. I don't know, hearing the governors are shouting, we are broke. Broke where? They are saving money for the second time because of the governors. Imagine 1 billion was given to Sanwo-Olu. What's the name? Look at most of the isolation centers. They use catapoli. That money, they are keeping money 2023. APC will not do anything. Go and write it down. Tell you the truth. Otherwise, if you get bag of garri, bag of rice, how much now? You'll be buying bag of rice. Did you happen to pay NEPA bill last month? No, this month I don't. How much on NEPA bill? Go and check. Jonah was there, was giving free meters. But today, Fashola come 6 months. A government that cannot give life for 6 months. Let him go. Today he was there for NEPA. They drop him out. They go. Fashola is a Yoruba man. Go and check Abekta Road. He only have few more to go. Go and check Abekta Road. Check everywhere. APC, let me tell the truth. Nigerians, let them go. We don't need them anymore because they cannot deliver. We will all die.
Lucky, don't you see something tangible?
What all they see?
At the end of the
what?
day?
Let me tell the truth. The only minister is Amechi. Amechi.
That's the only minister that is
transport.
presently working.
Yeah, because Jonathan almost conclude that the way. You only come to. I know using it now to campaign because you want to become the vice president. You see things are happening. I don't hide anything. Are you talking about Minister of Health? Because of education, that one, a Minister of Education cannot even talk. Did you see him? It's like Buhari. He's not talking. You're only using the Igbo man, what's the name? The deputy ministers. Okay. He said, let me tell you, when you don't have good ministers, automatically zero. Because even the president cannot even address the economy, cannot address this security. He's there lying there in Asorok. It's people, BDP build Asorok, but they build Abuja. Just, sorry, can you tell me one project now, except only Niger Delta, which PDP state they invited last month, last 3 days ago, just point one project, except the one but they invited me, bus stop here. At the end, they still cancel it and start building it.
Do you have anything to say to what
I said? My brother said it. Let's go. I don't believe. I don't tell lies.
I believe.
Nigerians are not happy.
Strongly in facts and figures. I believe in investigating issues before discussing them. The truth is this: if you want to measure the performances of either a government or a certain ministry, let us read out facts and figures about them.
Go ahead now.
If we are to sit here and discuss Buhari's government from one ministry to the other, let us find time, bring out their facts and figures, compared to where they pick up when they take over from the past administration.
Sure, meter.
If a particular ministry has not been able to showcase what they have done, that does not mean they are not doing anything.
Has the Buhari's administration been able to execute more projects than Jonathan's administration?
That's what I want to
Than Jonathan's regime.
Yeah.
Honestly, in some areas, this Amechi's ministry that is talking about is still under the same Buhari's regime. Look at the numbers of roads they are constructing. Look at the numbers of bills they offset the contractors before starting executing road projects. You will know what they have done with money. And until the current contracts being awarded are being fully executed, before we can remark them as total failure. They are working. I believe strongly that they are working.
The APC government is working.
They are working. They might not be working perfectly to suit the purpose of Nigerians. But that,
to some extent,
that they are not working.
All right, let's quickly go on a short break. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Moving on to Ondo State. Of course, on this program, we've been discussing issues pertaining to Edo election. But let's see what we have today on Ondo State. Governor Akeredolu of Ondo State, of course, you know the loggerhead between the governor and his deputy cross-carpeting to another party, that's the ZLP, and the incumbent governor still retaining his party, the APC. Now, looking at these two persons or personalities in that state, now, don't you think the election will be tough come that just should be October 10, right?
Yeah.
October 10. Now, don't you think the election there will be tough? Because I believe it should be a competitive one. We have the deputy governor resigning, cross-carpeting to another party, and the governor still retaining his position there.
That is not unusual in politics, but let's talk of Ondo in reality. The 44 years old oil producing company, state, Ondo State, I mean, and having, in fact, second largest bitumen deposit in the world. It's a pride of every political parties and politicians to govern.
Wow.
But Ondo State has history of electoral violence, especially the Operation White Year of 1983, in respect of the fear so between the then governor Michael Adekunle Ajasin and his estranged deputy, Mr. Akiomu Boriowo. You know the outcome of that war then. But come to talk of the present situation. Ondo State election, to me, is more or less a direct contest between APC, where we have Akeredolu, and PDP, where you have Mr. Eyitayo Jegede. Now, let's just check some facts about Ondo State. A state with many diverse ethnic groups. The major ethnic groups in Ondo State, we have the Akoko to the north, we have the Akure to the central, we have Owo people to the north, we have Ondo at the central, we have the Ikale people at the south, we have the Ilaje to the south, we also have Ijo and Apoy to the south. Why I said it's going to be a direct contest between APC and PDP is because the defection of the current deputy governor of Ondo State, Mr. Agbola Ajayi, has weakened completely his political structure. His strength was in PDP. He was once a reps member representing Ilaje Seodo in the 5th Assembly. Then he got his popularity through PDP. Now, he brought that to APC in 2014 and he merged the deputy governor through joint ticket with Mr. Akeredolu. And don't forget, Akeredolu might not be a constant face on the camera, but he was once the Attorney General of that state between 1997 and 1999 under Navy Captain Anthony Ibe Onyarubulem. Now, come to talk of this. These people have their diversities. Every ethnic groups have their strength. Every ethnic groups have their preferences. But Ondo State, as it is, has 4,671,700 no, estimated or projected population according to 2016. Now, they are divided into 3 central groups like district like every other state. But to me, I believe that Agbola moving from APC to PDP left him with some of his feathers pulling off down in APC. On getting to PDP, he couldn't get the governorship ticket. So he has to move to Zenith Labour Party to go and negotiate with the former governor, immediate past governor of the state, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko. Mimiko has not been a consistent politician with a single party. He has always been on the move. So he doesn't have much base. He don't forget he contested, Mike. He contested under this same party he formed, Zenith Labour Party, for a senatorial seat to represent the central, but lost to Mr. Pius Akinyelure of PDP. Now, it's now the backbone of Agbola Ajayi. The question is, out of all the wards, Ondo South, let me just put it together. Ondo South Central District has 13 wards. Or more. Let's go to Eseodo. In Eseodo, local government with 11 wards, how many of those wards can Agbola Ajayi beat his chest that he was going to win? Yet, he picked a fantastic running mate in engineer Benro Adegboye,
the alley of
former commissioner for works under Mimiko administration. But come to talk of the south, where Agbola Ajayi is coming from. Now, Akeredolu from the north, or local government precisely, picked his running mate from Ilaje local government, in person of Lucky Orimisa Ayedatiwa, a former member of a federal commissioner representing Ondo State in NDDC. And is also a grassroots politician too. Very strong, but appear lesser on the face of the camera.
Okay.
Now, the vote of the shout determines who wins the election in Ondo State.
Wow.
If not for the sake of time, I will give you the breakdown of the analysis of each of the local government as they stand.
Wow. Now,
in Ondo State.
What I would like it
but
to okay.
Lest I forget, Ondo State has 203 wards altogether with 3,009 polling units. And they have total registered voters of 1,822,346. But out of this, the total number of uncollected PVC so far is 372,888. While the collected PVC number is standing at 1,478,460. Now, the South, I can say, belongs to APC. Formerly, it used to be the stronghold of the PDP. But the mistake of Ejita Ojegede is from Ondo Central District, precisely from Akure South, the most populous local government in terms of election. But he picked a very weak running mate, though a member of this current National Assembly, representing Okitipa Oderele, federal constituency in the House of Reps.
Now we
Honorable
okay.
Bolugai Kengboju from Ilutitu Osoro town in Okitipa local government. The town that has a very close second position in terms of population to Okitipa local government, which is invariably the local government headquarters. And that town is the only town in that local government that has 3 wards. Ilutitu Ward 1, Ward 2, and Ward 3. Okitipa itself has 2 wards.
Now,
so that man is very weak.
We have 3 major parties there now.
Yes.
We have the PDP.
We have 17 political parties altogether,
but
3 strong
parties. We have the ZLP,
ZLP
the
is
PDP,
force, but
we have APC.
Yes.
Now, among these 3 parties, which one do you think can carry the day at the end of the day?
Let me. I may not be able to give a straight-jacketed answer to that question, but the fact remains that this is the first time that the likes of Chief Alexander Olusolake.
I just want you to presume.
Yes, the strongest politician individually in Ondo State is staying put in his party where he contested and lose. He lost to Akeredolu and he aligned with him. So with those forces, they are irresistible to other political parties. So I give it to APC.
And don't you think PDP, ZLP might later form
an alliance?
An alliance, a merger.
With them merging
together. Merging together, yeah.
With them merging together, it's going to give a good fight to Akeredolu and his men. But even in spite of that, I give it to APC.
You give it to APC. Okay, Lucky.
Yes. Now, let me give you an example. Edo election will determine Ondo election.
How did you move us down to Edo election?
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
In Benin, in Edo, we don't believe Godfatherism, according to Shomole. Like Ondo, if you check Ondo politics and Edo politics, it's almost the same thing. Because we are very close.
Is it true?
Because there's not been consistent political leaders.
Wow.
Until lately.
Until lately.
Now, do you remember Tinubu was controlling Akodolu and he didn't allow him at the end. Akodolu win that election. Tinubu run to exile. Do you remember? So there's no godfatherism in Ondo. But with the presence of APC insecurity, poverty, hatred, killing, I don't think people will vote for APC in Ondo. Yes. If for Baseki, if APC can allow free and fair election
In Edo State.
in Edo State, or Baseki will win, whether they allow free or not free, or Baseki is going to win that election automatically. Direct. Edo people, we don't believe godfatherism. We believe Baseki. Let him finish 4 years and go where Ishan people take over. That's my area. But Lakwa Ondo, 3. At the end, I believe even presidential election, did APC win that place? No. APC did not win. Go check. So, Akodolu is going. Either PDP or Z party. They are going to come together. And you see, people don't want to hear APC. They don't want to hear because the killing, the property, the NEPA bill, the roads, nothing to plan about. My brother know now.
So do you subscribe to what Lucky has said, that Edo State election will determine the October 10 election?
They no ring with army.
On the state.
Individuals' opinion when it comes to discussing national issues has its place. One gospel truth is that as a person, I don't support political godfatherism. Okay. In most cases, it hangs our faiths in balance. But to a large extent in Nigeria, political godfatherism cannot be removed from our politics.
Wow.
They find their roots dated back to those days when we are yet to realize our directions. So those that has a longer foresight dominated us.
Wow.
So for you to ask whether Ondo election will determine Ondo election, I will clearly say no. Wow. Because the political tension in Edo State
is higher than that of Ondo State. So.
Yeah. If the likes of Olushola Oke in Ondo State were to go to another party like Agbola Ajayi did, we would have been expecting almost the repetition of 1983 Saga, Operation Wete. Because Akedolu is performing in Ondo State, but he has issue with the people of the South. On TVC just last week, I was speaking with Uncle Yori Folani. And fortunately, we had the Commissioner for Information in Ondo State, Donald Ojugo. And I asked him, of all that you have said, it was on live, it was on Skype. So I asked him about Ondo. I told him that I spoke with the former governor, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, about electrification in Ondo South. For about 10 years, they have been disconnected. The truth. But aside that, he has some laudable projects in Ondo South. For instance, in Ore, there is a particular spot in Ore that used to be a constant death trap for travelers. The road that comes from Ondo town, crossing to Ore town, across the Lagos-Benin Expressway, people die almost every day there. And every past government in Ondo State, they look beyond that point. But Akedolu came to power and erected a bridge there, commissioned by the president. The OAUTH, Olusegun Agagu University of Science and Technology, was neglected by Olusegun Mimiko because it was established by the former governor, late Dr. Olusegun Agagu. Mimiko focused on Akungba with his brother as VC there, neglected that place. It was this current administration that revived that institution. And there's another road project coming to Ekpe in Lagos. The man is having some laudable project, but I'm not saying he has performed 100%.
Okay, gentlemen, because of our time, we have to go on today's edition of Pundit. Thanks for coming. Lucky? Thank you so much.
Don't be annoyed.
What do you have to
Please,
say?
let me just, please, I want to tell our president, Mohamed Buhari, should allow free and fair election in Benin, in Edo State, and Ondo. Because free and fair election brought him to power. If Jobs have said no, he will not be to power. He should allow free and fair election in Edo and Ondo. They will move.
Okay, yeah, I want to take also.
On a final note, I support the gospel of free and fair election, a credible one, because no man desires to govern either a state or the country at large whose ambition worth a little drop of any human blood. They should endeavor, all the political gladiators should come together and embrace peace for possibly a free, fair, and credible election, which has always been a question in the time past.
Okay, thank you so much, gentlemen. You've been very, very wonderful on today's edition of this program. All right, viewers across the globe, join us next time on the same channel. Michael Adekunle still remains my name. The guys behind the camera, Olabito Festus, Olabumi, and Kehinde. Make sure you join us on the same platform. Have a good day.